On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about something that is probably the best thing I've ever done. Something that brings joy and fun and excitement to everyone, and that is being Santa Claus. Stay tuned. I'm Jimbo Moody, and this is my journey from the driver's seat to the creative life. Uh, hey, so today we're talking about Santa Claus and how I got started. Now this was like a couple years ago. My wife got me a Amazon Santa Claus suit. It was $85, and we got it for the grandkids because of my grandson who is turning 1, Leo. He had his first birthday party, and it was a Wonderland party, Christmas themed, because he was born in December. And so we showed up at the party dressed as Santa Claus. And at the time, I went ahead and kind of painted my beard and everything white. It was a little bit gooey, but yeah, that's how it all started. We basically was thinking, yeah, it'd be fun, dress up for the grandkids. And then I started thinking, hey, I wonder if I could really do this. And so we went ahead and did Santa school. We went to Santa school and still attending. We attend online, Worldwide Santa Claus Network. I highly recommend it. And so as I was thinking, hey, what could I do to really make a business out of this? First thing I needed was some pictures, some professional pictures. So I hooked up with a photographer. Shout out to Wolfgang Photography. And basically, I had him do our headshots for my officiant wedding business, and needed some headshots. He was running a special on minis, so he did our photos. And then I was talking to him, really nice guy, saying, "Hey, do you need Santa this year? What do you think?" And he was thinking, "Well, I've never done Santa, but let me think about this." And then a few months later, he calls me up and says, "Hey, yeah, you guys got the suits and everything, and y'all are ready to go?" I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So we went ahead and did 5 shots, 5 different dates during November of 2025. And he was saying, "Yeah, you could use all the photos for, to promote your business." Yeah, so that's basically how it all started. I took those photos and I went on a website called Gig Salad and put them up there. And we didn't have any kind of experience, any kind of reviews, no gigs, nothing. And then pretty quickly, we got booked for 2 gigs. And I was thinking, wow, I mean, I can't believe we actually booked some gigs without any reviews or anything. And so I went ahead and paid for the whole year because we started out doing free. It was the free platform. And so I decided to go ahead and pay for a year. With the Worldwide Santa Claus Network, we had a 50% discount for Gig Salad. So we took advantage of that and went ahead and paid for the year. And that brought us into featured act. So whenever you look for a Santa Claus in Fort Worth, Texas, we're going to be one of the first Santas to pop up there. And so, yeah, we put that out there and then started getting a few more gigs. My wife really kind of started us off. So, of course, she wanted to be Mrs. Claus. And it would be it'd be a shame to do any kind of gig or anything without her. So we went ahead and put on our profile that we worked as a team and we prefer to work as a team, and it would be the same cost as Santa or Santa and Mrs. Claus. So if I showed up by myself, I'm going to charge them the same amount. If I show up with her, then they get more value. We've been hired for different parties and stuff, where we kind of walk around and just talk to everybody, kind of spread Christmas cheer. Also, too, with the children. And when the children, they kind of warm up to Mrs. Claus first. I'm kind of in the back, kind of a little scary. They don't know what's going on. They're little. And so Mrs. Claus kind of warms them up to me. For little shy kids, we had different little props. So we started booking gigs, and then we just started getting reviews. And those reviews grew, and the business grew. I hooked up with an agency in Florida, Santa by Scott. Shout out to Scott. I got some really high profile gigs through him. Rivercrest Country Club booked me for 2 dates, and that's a very, very high paying gig. Those are 5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours a piece each day. And then also through Scott, I went ahead and got Tarte Cosmetics. And Tarte Cosmetics, they're pretty big. I didn't know anything about them, of course, but they're a big brand out of New York, and they flew in. And they have influencers over here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So it was a photo shoot with them, and that was 2 dates. That paid really good. Yeah. So they had influencers come out and basically with their family, and they did they would do makeup and everything. They gave each influencer an hour. And so had their kids. They had a little hot chocolate stand, and I'd kind of hang out with the kids and talk to them, read them books, and just, kind of get to know them. And then while the influencers were getting all made up, all dolled up, and then we do the photo shoot. And then Tarte would give them wrap presents that I would bring with my Santa bag, my magic Santa bag. And they gave each influencer a Louis Vuitton purse. So they were all kind of freaking out about that, each one, as they opened that. That was kind of cool. And then Tarte locked me, and they wanted to get me out to an influencer's house and deliver presents. And I did that. And that was it's about 30 minutes away. Took about 20 minutes there, and that paid really good. So, yeah. So all these things combined with Gig Salad and with Santa by Scott and the photography. We also did a date with camera lens photography. There, it's Lisa. We got to use those photos as well. So, yeah, I started with, like I said, the $85 suit from Amazon. And then after I got that first retainer check from Rivercrest Country Club, I went ahead and got a professional suit. And so this costs a little bit more, but it's professional. It is a Santa's tailor suit, and the line is Suits for Santa. And this one, I think, runs roughly 1,100 and something. That's kind of their introductory level suit, but all the fur comes off, so you can go ahead and take all the fur off. Even on the hat, the fur comes off, the palm comes off, and you can take that to the dry cleaners, which you couldn't do with the Amazon suit. So I was kind of spraying an Amazon suit for the first few gigs. hoping it wasn't stinking because yeah, you can't wash that. I mean, you can wash it, but you're going to end up with pink fur, and that's not the look. These places that I'm getting hired, they want top notch. They want you know, looking professional, and that takes a professional suit to do that. And so, yeah, I was able to upgrade my suit after the first my first high paying country club gig. Yeah, so I end up getting a bunch of props um, for like shy kids, and this is Gary. So he is in this little carrying case, his little home. He's got a chair, he's got a little rug in there, he's got a disco ball, he's got lights in there. So all the kids would see this and they would come up and wonder, hey, what's going on with this? A few of them wanted to open it up and take Gary out, which you can't do. Can't touch your elf, or it'll lose its magic. So this was pretty cool. Kids really like this. Another fun prop we would have is the magical North Pole naughty or nice meter. Now this box is hundreds of years old, and we would turn it on, and the children would press this button right here. If it turns green, that means that you're on a nice list. If it turns red, that means that you've been naughty and you need a little bit of work. So children would press this button. You are on the nice list, and everybody would cheer and applaud. Now, there were some mischievous dads who would say, I don't know how I would fare. I don't know if I would be naughty or nice. And so we would go ahead and say, Dad, go ahead and press this button. Let's see. Let's see where you stand. And if you've been naughty, you still have time to go ahead and change that before Christmas. So dads would press it. Oh, Dad, you've been naughty. You are not on the nice list. But you have time to go ahead and change that before Christmas. And then all the kids would laugh and cheer and kind of poke Dad, say, oh, Dad, you've been naughty. You've been naughty. And everybody enjoyed that. So the Amazon suit hat was like this. And yeah, it's from an $85 suit, so I'm not real spectacular. I do like a little bit longer form hat with the palm a little bit lower. But yeah, this is the Amazon suit hat. And this is the hat from Santa's tailor. It's a little bit longer palm. All the fur is removable, even the palm is removable, so you can wash the hat. It's hot in Texas, even in December. So this has got a sweatband in it that you can change out, and it's washable too. So this is my hat from Santa's tailor. And now I have a new hat that I'm really happy to wear this season for 2026. This is a crown hat. This thing. Look at that thing right there. So this is the crown hat, and I will be wearing this season. It does match my Santa suit. It is red wool, so it matches the new Santa suit. So we were already booked again. I am booked for two more different dates at the country club, and that one I do by myself. Um, it's just a big old line of people taking photos, and it's 5 hours worth of photos. And I was telling my wife, hey, when I come home, I'm not smiling the rest of the day. I've smiled all day long, picture after picture. And then we're also booked for the HOA that we did last year, and I think this is going to be 3 or 4 hours. And that's hundreds of people. That's something that my wife, Mrs. Claus, goes to, and she was like, "Oh my goodness!" She couldn't believe how many people were there to get photos. This is picture after picture, smile after smile, and she stuck in there like a trooper. I was so proud of her, and I was saying, "Hey, this is a little taste of what I went through with the country club. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of fun too, but it's a lot. It's a lot of smiling." Besides the country club and the HOA and the Tarte Cosmetics photo shoots, we did schools, we did libraries, we did private events, we did corporate parties. It was a lot. We did. I mean, it all kind of came at us, at kind of at once, and I was kind of scrambling to go ahead and put everything on the calendar correctly, so I wasn't double booked. There'd be days where we would do 2 to 3 gigs just stacked on top of each other. A couple days we did 4, and that was really stacked on top of each other. Those were very lucrative days, though. For these things, I don't leave the house for anything less than 300. And so with these events stacked on top of each other, we would clear a grand easily, every time. So sometimes a lot more than that. So this is my journey. This is actually my journey from going to my truck driving job to doing a more creative life, because I was working full time during December, November, December, but I was having to take off here and there. I would work a few days as Santa and then come back for a few days driving the truck, and it's kind of hard to juggle into, because my job was saying, "Hey, okay, you're starting to take too many days off. This is our slow period for truck driving, December, but still we had a bunch of people who are already scheduled to be off." So I was having to juggle my schedule with Santa and driving a truck, and that was pretty challenging. So I do a lot of different things besides Santa. I officiate weddings. I have a band. I have a solo acoustic act. I am just now getting into photography, learning that process. So I'll be documenting that on this channel as well. This is the reason I will be replacing my truck driving job with a more creative gig life. That's what I want to do. I've been in a truck way too long. Now, when we started doing Santa, we had no clue how lucrative it would be. We just thought it'd be fun just to kind of hang out and bring joy with people. We did 4 dates with SMU at different bars in Dallas. And I remember going in the first one, me and Mrs. Claus, we were just surrounded by people wanting to do selfies, wanting to uh, give me their wish list for Christmas. It was so funny, and these were adults, these were college kids, but kind of at the moment just reliving their childhood, and that was fun. Just treated like rock stars. It was really wild. So the next one that we went to, they went ahead and ushered us through the back, just to kind of get us get us into the venue a little bit better than the first one, because the first one was a little overwhelming. So we really had a really good time with these young people. Just so much joy, so much fun. A lot of photos, a lot of smiling, a lot of smiling. One of my fondest memories from doing Santa, when we were doing the Christmas minis, they would bring us out at the end to surprise the children. So they would take photos first. They had some props. They had a truck they would take pictures with, a couch out there. And then the children would close their eyes, and then we would come out, me and Mrs. Claus would come out and surprise them, and then take a few photos and kind of talk to them, get their wish list for Christmas. Well, I remember looking out the window while they were setting all this up, and before we came out, there was an autistic child out there, and he was running wild. He couldn't get they couldn't get him to focus. They couldn't get him to pose for photos. He was just everywhere, and I could tell the photographer was really struggling getting those photos done. And the funny thing, when we came out, he was totally calm. He was the best kid ever. He was in wonder and in awe. He wrote me a letter and gave me the letter. I have that letter to this day. I will keep it forever. That child was so special and so sweet. And it took the appearance of Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus to calm him and get him focused. And then they got some wonderful photos. Amazing. Hey, thanks for sticking with me to the end of this video. If you would do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified whenever new videos come out. This is Jimbo Moody with Jimbo Moody Creative Channel. From truck driving to the more creative life, follow my journey. Thank you for being here.